Our next guest is the chairman and CEO of a large oil and gas company focused primarily in the Permian Basin. I'd like to welcome here with us today James McManus from Energen Corporation. Welcome, James.
Thank you, Quinn.
I'd like to talk about your second quarter results, but first, give us a quick overview of your company and where you operate.
Sure, Quinn. We're currently, we have a little over 940 million barrel of oil equivalents in our 3P reserves. That, of course, does not consider a good bit of the potential that we've announced in the Wolfcamp and in the Cline. The company's main area of operations and focus so far has been the Permian, but we also have a very strong legacy position in the San Juan Basin as well. Now, we're going to invest record capital in the Permian Basin this year. It'll be about $1 billion, all directed towards oil-based drilling.
And what drove the solid results you reported during second quarter 2012?
Yeah, Quinn, the real story around 2012 for us was continued outstanding results in our Third Bone Spring drilling and in our Wolfberry drilling. We drilled this last quarter the best well that's ever been drilled on the Texas side of the Delaware Basin. That well IP'd at 2,257 barrels of oil and was named the Black Mamba. We have been consistently trying to change our mix, and our projection right now is that by 2013 we'll be over 50% oil, and we plan to double our oil production from 2010 to 2013.
Now, a large percentage of production coming out of the Permian Basin is associated with natural gas liquids. Are you experiencing any difficulties marketing this?
It's a great question. So let me tell you first, our Permian mix, we're about 3/4 oil, with the remainder, that last 25%, split between natural gas liquids and dry gas. We don't market our natural gas liquids, and so far this year we've had no problem moving those liquids. The price has declined somewhat, and the realization currently is about 45%. What we did is we built in for some ethane rejection. Not all the plants will process the ethane out and sell it after it's been processed. They will warm it and sell it with the gas stream. And so far we've built that into our budget. We've not been impacted by that.
Now, your company is exploring many of the plays located within the Permian Basin. How are you making capital allocation decisions based on your early results?
Yeah, well, one of the things we announced at the end of this last quarter that was really important was 1,280 locations that we've currently got in the Midland Basin in both the Cline and the horizontal Wolfcamp. So what we're going to be looking at is we've had such good results in the Third Bone Spring and also in the Wolfberry, is when to move into these other two plays and when the returns will compete. And right now, they're currently not completely de-risked, but they're moving in that direction, although these other two plays we've got are very solid and very predictable. So once this new stuff, the Cline and the horizontal Wolfcamp, starts to be de-risked, then we'll look at shifting capital.
So is it still too early in your exploration programs to really choose one play as a priority over another?
Well, it's really exciting right now, but it is a little early in the Cline and Wolfcamp. I wouldn't say it's an inning 1, but it's probably out of a 9-inning game, it's in inning 2. And when it starts to move to inning 3, 4, and 5 is when we'll really look to see to move in and start turning the bit in those particular plays.
What else do you think others need to know about Energen Corporation?
Well, I think one of the big changes for us over the last 12 months in particular is the depth of inventory that we've added. With the drilling that we've got in the Wolfberry, about an 8.5-year inventory, even in the vertical play. And now with the Wolfcamp and the horizontal Cline, we've added, even if you cut our locations in half from the 1,280, we've added at least an 8 to 10-year inventory now. So we've also got 3 wells we're drilling in the Delaware Basin, in the horizontal Wolfcamp, on the east side in our core area. And if those work out, we would have another 8 years of inventory. So the key for Energen right now is a decade worth of inventory and drilling in the oil-rich, perhaps the best basin in the United States right now, the Permian Basin.
All right, well, all the best to you. We appreciate your time here today.
Well, thank you, Quinn. It's been my pleasure to be with you.
Thank you very much, James. I'm Quinn Nguyen for OilAndGas360.com.